Cool. And a big thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring the KRIM Community Spotlight program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio. Hope you're having a great Monday morning. It is a beautiful day out there, but get ready. There is some weather coming in probably tomorrow or Wednesday, so make sure you get all stocked up in case we do get some snow. It would be great. Well, in the studio this morning, I have Mr. Scott Davidson from the Rim Country Middle School, and he is the founder and instructor for the Outdoor Adventure Club, and also from ERA Young Realty, Frank Laspiza. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good, thank you.
Doing well, thank you.
Hey, thank you for being here, and thanks for coming in to share more about the Outdoor Adventure Club and what the club does. And it's been around for a long time, and I bet there's a lot of people that don't know that, so it'll be fun to again find out more about the program. And Frank, you're in here because ERA Young Realty, sold on Rim Country, is has a program, or they're working together to get donations for the Outdoor Adventure Club. Is that correct?
Correct. We're doing we're going to be doing this all year. Every quarter we're going to identify a different organization or individual that we feel we can support.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first quarter we've identified Scott and his program,
Mm-hmm.
the Outdoor Adventure Club, and so we would ask that you help us with those donations and that organization.
Mm-hmm.
Our goal is to raise $3,000
Okay.
for the Adventure
Great.
Club.
Oh yeah. And then how can people donate?
They can donate. They can bring it to ERA office
Mhm.
on West B line,
Mm-hmm.
or they can donate through the RCMS site, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And that's the sold on Rim Country or ERA Young Realty building is right there on the Beeline Highway with the big mural on the wall. That's
Yep.
it's great. People
Yeah, you can't miss
have a hard
it.
time missing the building. Yeah, with the big mural. So you can drop a check off at the sold on Rim Country ERA Young Realty building, and again that check, you would want to make it out to Rim Country Middle School, and in the memo put the Outdoor Adventure Club in there. And there's another way you mentioned before the program, Scott, that people can donate to the program, and is that through Credit for Kids?
Yes, so Credit for Kids, and it can be done through ERAs as well if you choose you want to put it through Credit for Kids. But through Credit for Kids, you can actually take that money back off of your taxes. So each individual can put up to $200. And a couple can put up to $400 as a married couple, and then they can take that back off their taxes at the tax season for that year. So it's a great way to just to help support the schools. Is a great one of the things that you can put it towards, and so you can put it towards whatever you like. But I would appreciate it if you put it towards the Outdoor Adventure Club.
Hey, there we go. No, that is great. And again, Credit for Kids is just a great program, a way that you can direct the state to put your tax dollars right back into the community
Exactly.
towards different school programs, or there's other nonprofits that participate in that. So it is just a great program. Wanted to also let everyone listening on the radio that you can watch us on our KRIM FM Facebook page, and I see a few people. Hannah Lusk is watching right now. She's a fellow agent at ERA Young Realty. And let me see, a great place to donate is the Outdoor Adventure Club. It's amazing, is what Hannah wrote. So thank you, Hannah.
Thank you, Hannah.
And also, I have to say hi to Clifford Lane. He's our our number one Illinois fan. So he's watching from Southern Illinois.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
Good morning, Clifford. How you doing this morning? Hope you're having a great Monday morning. So Scott, how about you tell us a little bit about the Outdoor Adventure Club and how it got started, how long it's been around, things like that.
Okay. Yeah, so the Outdoor Adventure Club has been around for about 22 years. And that's about since I came here. So, and it was started because I love the outdoors. I was blessed to have parents who got out and did stuff a lot. And when I moved here, I thought, what a great place. This is a beautiful area. And I saw that there were a number of students who, while they wanted to get out, their parents were working, or sometimes single mom working 2 jobs, just didn't have a chance. And they started to ask me about that. And so I started the Outdoor Adventure Club. And the Outdoor Adventure Club kind of grew from there. So it started out just hiking. We used to hike down to Fossil Creek and other places around there in country. And then a few years ago, we started out trying to raise some money for some bicycles, because I'm an avid mountain biker. I do a lot of stuff in the outdoors, but I'm an avid mountain biker, and we wanted to get a few bikes that other kids could use. Some kids had their own, and so I would take them out and go riding, but it was always difficult for kids who didn't have one. And so we had some bikes donated by a number of folks through the community that were kind enough to do that. And so that was really, really great. Rim Country Guns did that, and such. So we now have a fleet of some bikes, and sometimes they all go out. We have about 12 or 13 now and sometimes they'll all go out, or most will go out. Depends on the size, obviously. And we'll take trips up to the Pine Trailhead. We'll go riding up there. We go up to Flagstaff to the bike jump park that's up there, and then just around here. But we do a lot of hiking. We just recently took a skiing trip over to Sunrise Ski Resort, and that was great. We had 27 kids go, which is a pretty good number. That basically maxed out our ability to go, number of kids we could take, and they had a great time. Just thankfully, everybody was safe and had no injuries, but and just had a great time. It was a nice time with the kids. A lot of kids just couldn't say enough good things about it. So we've had a lot of great trips. We have an upcoming trip. We're working with the National Park Service to at Grand Canyon, and we're going to do a program with them. Where my thought is to hike in part way down, maybe Bright Angel or South Kaibab a little ways with the kids, and then come back, and then we'll have a ranger talk about stories in stone, so that'll connect with the curriculum a little bit, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we have all sorts of stuff we do. We've been known to go to the Phoenix Rock Gym. We go to go caving sometimes. We go obviously hiking, mountain biking, just all sorts of stuff.
I thought you were going to take advantage of the opportunity to say the word splunking. Because
Spelunking.
When you can say
Yes.
splunking, use it in a sentence.
Why not?
You have to. I
Why
know.
not?
It's a fun word. Come on, splunking.
Yeah. So yeah, we haven't been spelunking in a little while, just because I wasn't sure about all this stuff going on. Wanted to make sure we weren't too enclosed a space for too long. But yeah, it's really been a great ride, and the kids have really enjoyed it. I've seen some kids move through our program, and just Daniel Conley has done great things. He's working for the Forest Service now, but still enjoys getting out. Lots of kids who I know have just taken that to heart and just love getting out, no matter what career field they ended up in.
Now, it's really cool because you can see pictures from the most recent skiing trip that the Outdoor Adventure Club took on the Rim Country Middle School Facebook page.
Yep.
And also, Frank, you mentioned that people can watch the progress of this Sold on Rim Country fundraiser starting, and it actually officially starts, I believe, March 1st.
Correct.
But that doesn't stop people from, if you want to bring in a check today.
No, we've already got donations actually.
Yeah,
So
so it's great.
That's great.
Yeah.
You can watch the progress or follow the progress on the Sold on Rim Country Facebook page.
Correct, and you can also see other things in there. People are posting about the Rim Country. You can post things on there if you'd like. We just want to make it a community page where you can see what's going on in the Rim Country, the good things.
Yeah.
Whether it's you're taking a hike or going to one of the lakes, that kind of thing. You're camping, or you're just doing something in town. We got plenty of events in this town.
We certainly do.
Just things like that. You can post pictures on there and share them with the community. It's a good place to kind of see what's going on and kind of enjoy what what other people are enjoying, that kind of thing. So it's a really neat page.
And this fundraising effort and the fundraising efforts you're going to be doing every quarter
Yes.
is just another example of how ERA Young Realty is really plugged into the community and active in the community. A lot of the agents in the office there, involved in so many different things, and this is just another example, and it's great for the community.
Correct. We pride ourselves like everybody else. We work here, but we live here too. And most of us that live here really love this place. I mean, that's why we're here. So we want to promote it. We want to help with some of the lesser known organizations and clubs and individuals. Things like the Adventure Club. Things that aren't maybe as out there as other things.
Yeah.
And that's what we're kind of focusing on. The little things that people do. Organizations and people like Scott do, those type of things. So that's kind of the gist of the Soul on Rim Country.
Oh yeah, no, the little guys. That's how like we are.
Yeah.
We're the little guy station. You know, we're the little guys. So it's cool to be, and that's what we really like doing at KRIM with the Community Spotlight program, is highlighting. Not only we do the larger nonprofits, as well have a Humane Society and all them in, but it's great to give a platform for the other nonprofits and organizations in town that are doing great things, like the Outdoor Adventure Club. So approximately how many kids, you mentioned 27 went on the skiing trip, how many would you say are actively participating in the club?
Well, again, it kind of depends. Sometimes kids come in and go out depending on what sports they're in. We have kids that are in sports, and I'm very flexible. You don't have to come to every meeting or go to every trip to be in the club. So sometimes we'll have 10 kids on a trip. Sometimes we'll have 15. 27's pretty big. That's actually a larger trip. But generally speaking, we'll have somewhere between 10 and 15 on most of our trips when we're just going hiking. We had a pretty good one the other day too. We were helping up in Pine. We heard about the Pine Strawberry Fuel Reduction folks who are working on a new section of the trail that they're revamping. It's a piece that was just not in really great shape, and we figured, well, heck, this is a great way for kids to get out. They got a lot of energy, so we went out and we helped them with a little piece of that trail too. So there's some give back there. We're trying to get some giving back to the community and that kind of stuff. So
and the kids that participate, I guess maybe some people would assume that the kids that are participating, that are going on these trips, are just like hardcore outdoor enthusiasts, but that's not always the case, is it?
No, that's not always the case. We have a lot of kids who come who, this is their first time riding a bike. I mean, that sometimes is difficult for us, because we have those who really know what they're doing, and then we have those who are just barely starting. So that can be hard to kind of help both levels. But we get kids a lot of times that they're just kind of interested. They'll come with a friend. Their friend's interested, and their friend rolls them along, and then they get interested in it. We'll have kids that just want to get outdoors. They've been kind of stuck inside too long, and they would like to get outdoors. Or sometimes the parents say, "Hey, you need to do something else." I don't really want to do a sport right now. Okay, well, try the Outdoor Adventure Club, and sometimes those kids really get plugged in, and it's a good safe place. We generally have a good group of kids. I haven't had a whole lot of trouble with the kids, and that I really appreciate. We have some great kids in the Rim Country area, and they take each other under their wing. Sometimes we have kids that go on. I have kids at the high school who come back, and they'll come back and chaperone from the high school level, and so they'll come back and be leaders, because sometimes if we're hiking up, like say for instance, we're hiking up Mount Humphreys, we'll have a number of groups that are kind of spread out along the trail, and it's nice to have somebody who really knows what they're doing in each one of those little pods or groups. So we do take other teachers. Obviously, we have chaperones that come along. We have parent chaperones that come along, and so that helps a lot too. But sometimes the high schoolers can definitely act as a chaperone. They know what's going on. They know kind of the drill of what's going on, where a parent might not.
And that's great that because this is a Rim Country Middle School and RCMS program, that there's still opportunities for students that go on to high school to participate in the program.
Yeah.
So that's really great.
Yeah, absolutely. They're it's great. And some of those guys and gals I've gotten to know even better than just through the club, you know. And so you see, it's kind of cool to see them go on and what are they doing with their life in college and stuff. That's one of the things I love about having been in the same place for so long.
So you mentioned chaperones.
Yes.
So people can volunteer, adults, to
Absolutely
help with this program?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And so the district has a policy where we want to just make sure that people are safe. You know, usually it's parents and it's no problem, but we do require them to go through a volunteer background check, and that's done through the Human Resources Department, and you can get on the PUSD 10 website and find that. If you just put in the search bar, just put volunteer. Or if you're confused, I mean, sometimes it's a little hard to navigate. If you get a little confused with that, just go ahead and call the district office, and they're more than happy to help you out. If you just look up Payson Unified School District in your phone book, or just Payson's district office on your phone or whatever, you can find that, and they'll be happy to help you walk through that process.
Did you say a phone book? What?
Sorry.
A phone? What is a
I'm
phone
old.
book?
Okay, anyway.
Just joking. Scott.
Those of us that are older remember those things.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably people listening, remember. Maybe people watching, some of them, they might not, but that's funny. Phone book. I know. I still find myself referencing that too. So so the funds that are brought in, because I know there's going to be a lot of people that are listening, donating to this great and worthy cause. These donations, what will they be put towards?
Okay, so they're going to be put towards a number of things. One is student entrance fees. So when we go skiing, unfortunately, just recently, Sunrise, as with everything nowadays, has increased their rates. It used to be, their price was $35 a student, and now it's $80. And then of course, then we have transportation that we have to take over there, and that costs some money. So there were at least 5 or 6 kids, maybe more, on this last ski trip where we partially funded them through Credit for Kids. We just helped. I said, what do you guys think you can pay? So, we can pay 40 or 50 out of it. And okay, well then that's fine. You guys just do that, and we'll cover the rest of it. Because I never want it to be a club that you can't, like only the people who can afford it can go.
Yeah.
That's not the point. In fact, that's sort of the opposite of the point. I want a bunch of kids who sometimes can't afford it. I want those kids to come. So, so whatever we can do to help those kids along. And then of course, we have that fleet of bikes. Sometimes they need repairs. Kids once in a while crash, and we need some stuff. We need helmets. We need, those sorts of things. One other thing that I'm hoping to be able to do, I got certified a few years ago for my wilderness first aid. I just thought it would be a good idea, and then I would like to get recertified. Well, that costs, I think it's like $300 now, and I'd like to also go ahead and get my Lifeguard Certification for the main reason that the school district requires a lifeguard on any time kids are near water. That's just an insurance issue, and all our lifeguards that we used to use have graduated and gone on to college, so which is great. I'm glad they're gone to college, but unfortunately it leaves us so that we can't take kayak trips up to Willow Springs Lake and that sort of things, where I'd love to do that, but I can't right now without a lifeguard. And so I think probably the easiest thing is just for me to get my lifeguard certification. And speaking of those, I have a few kayaks, but it'd be nice to have a few others. So that's something else that over time it would be great to get a few of those sorts of things put together so that we can have them for the club.
So a lot of great causes that money will go towards.
Absolutely.
To keep the program going, but also to expand the program and just offer just a wider variety of trips.
Exactly. Yeah. And kids just, there's so much to do around in Arizona. That's one thing I've been so blessed. I mean, Payson, but also just not too far away. We got lakes. We got we go fishing. We do all sorts of stuff. And they just kind of expose the kids to those sorts of things, and then you never know.
You never know what it leads to.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's very true. Again, if you would like to donate to the Outdoor Adventure Club, sold on Rim Country, ERA Young Realty is doing this fundraiser. has put this together, and they're going to be doing quarterly fundraisers. But for this fundraiser, if you take a check made out to Rim Country Middle School, and in the memo, you just need to put Outdoor Adventure Club in that memo, and you can take that over to the Sold on Rim Country office, and that's right on 87. And what is the address again?
424 South Beeline.
424 South Beeline, and you'll see it, large building with the big mural on the side of it that says "Sold on Rim Country," and it has a lot of the examples of different activities here in Rim Country. You got some rodeo action, Mogollon Monster, some mountain biking, I think some fishing going on.
And elk walking down the street. I remember that one.
All the things Scott likes to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Love it. Yeah.
No, that is great. So they would really appreciate the Outdoor Adventure Club donations, because again, it will help them, Scott, to continue to do these trips, and also to expand. And like you said, Scott, there are so many opportunities here.
So many opportunities. It's beautiful, beautiful place we live, and it's just I just want to get the kids out and expose them to some of that.
Approximately how many trips do you do a year?
Probably right around 10 or 12 trips a year. It kind of flexes, depends on what's going on, but yeah, right around 10 or 12.
10 or 12 trips. Wow, that is great. That keeps you busy, doesn't it?
It keeps me busy. Yeah.
Man, 10 to 12 trips, and again, the next trip is up to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, and yeah, we may have one in between there, but that one's looking at one that's kind of taking a little bit of my time thinking about. But yeah, that's coming up in actually in April, because that's when they have their setup. We're gonna just do a ride around town. We do a lot of that kind of stuff where kind of teach the kids a little bit about how to ride and that kind of stuff. Do a ride around town, that kind of stuff, and then we got spring break coming up, and then after that we'll probably look at some hikes and things like that to do as it warms up.
Now, is this open to all grades in middle school, 6th through 8th?
Yeah, 6th through 8th. Yeah, it's open to all 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And as I said, if we have kids that are strong or show an interest, I'm not opposed to having high schoolers come along at all, as long as they show themselves to be trustworthy and.
Yeah, and I think it is worth mentioning again how you said if you have a child or a grandchild or someone that isn't participating in sports, they're just kind of like not drawn to maybe one of the traditional sports, but you want them to be active and participating in something.
Yes.
This is a great outlet, I think, because maybe they don't realize, because they haven't had that exposure to biking or hiking or kayaking, and this gives them the opportunity to get that exposure.
That's right, and it's these are things that they can do throughout their life. A lot of times people get into the football, and that's great, football and softball, baseball, it's great. And some people do play softball or football all the way through their life, but for most people that's a grade school thing, and then throughout their life they find other things that they enjoy to doing. This is one of those things that I think doing outdoor activities is something that you can do from little young children all the way up through 100 years old. So.
Oh yeah. No, and I know, Frank, I think you and your wife, Kathy, you guys enjoy hiking around here.
Yeah, we love it. That's one of the main reasons we moved up here. The community and the small town feel and everything there is to do. I mean, you're literally minutes away from hiking, fishing, boating, whatever it is you're into. It's a beautiful place. And I truly believe that I've always heard that the busier you keep kids, the less chance that they'll get into trouble. So, and I think Scott does a good job with that. Get these kids involved in something, keep them busy, keep them active, and less chance that they're going to get into the bad things. Keep them doing the good things.
Yeah.
Even though they're still being physically active. Like you said, they're not playing football, baseball, but they're physically active. They're bike riding, they're hiking, they're in the outdoors, which is a great thing to do up here, especially.
Yeah, it certainly is. So again, if you would like to donate to the RCMS Rim Country Middle School Outdoor Adventure Club, you can drop a check off at ERA Young Realty, Sold on Rim Country, building right there with the big mural on the side of it, right on Highway 87, and also next to Dan's Eyes and Dairy.
Right.
So you can,
Right.
drop off your donation, get a milkshake.
Yeah.
Hey, that
Yeah.
doesn't,
Go right up the road, get your car washed. And
Yeah.
go across the street, get a pizza. I mean, it's a great
I know.
great area right there.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a little, hub of activity
Yeah.
right there. Huh?
Yeah.
Nice. So take a check over there again in the memo. Make sure you put Outdoor Adventure Club, and check is written to Rim Country Middle School. Also, there's an opportunity through Credit for Kids.
Mhm.
So if you'd like to donate to the Outdoor Adventure Club that way, you can do that also. It's just great. I think you hear a lot of people saying, or not a lot, but you hear some people say, kids need something to do. Kids have to have something to do. We need to keep them busy. Well, this is a great way. If
Yes.
you donate into this program, then Scott can be doing more things, having more activities, more trips, and that just means more opportunities for kids to be doing stuff.
Great.
So it's great.
Yeah.
And anything else wanted to mention?
No, not really. I just, it's, again, this last ski trip was a great example of this. I kind of got to ski with some of the kids coming down and watching these kids go from, they were falling every 10 feet, and by the time we were done with this run, they were, they were staying up. And then I had some kids that their first day, it just depends on the kid, but some of them, we went down a blue run and they were having a great time. They were falling, getting back up. But at the end of the day, they all said, man, that was so much fun. When can we go do that again? So, anyway, it's why I do that. That's why I do this.
Well, obviously you love it because 22 years later you're still doing it. And still have a great amount of enthusiasm. So it's awesome. Thank you for doing it. And you've poured into so many kids' lives in the community. So thank you. It's great. And thank you to you, Frank, and all the other realtors at ERA Young Realty and Sold on Rim Country for doing this fundraiser.
Yeah, and you can see why we decided to support Scott and
Yeah.
the Outdoor Adventure Club, because he's very passionate about it,
Mm-hmm.
and he really cares about these kids. So I mean, I know you can hear that in his voice, and that was one of the reasons why we, for our first one this first quarter, we decided to support this organization. I think it's a really worthwhile effort to get these kids involved in something that's physical outdoors. It's great opportunity. So please contribute to it if you can.
Yeah, let's make this first one a great success. And you can do that by taking a check down to the ERA Young Realty office, Sold on Rim Country building. And it's a wonderful program. So thank you, Scott.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Really appreciate ERA's backing my program and the kids, and just caring about the community.
All right. Well,
Appreciate
thank you. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you everyone for listening this morning, and also a thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring our Community Spotlight program. Let's get back to the music here with some Paul McCartney and Wings, Huey Lewis in the news, little John Fogerty and Jimi Hendrix. But first, an update from the National Weather Service.
Weather forecast for Payson and surrounding areas.
There we go. Nice, little Jimi Hendrix. Hey.